And after this victory, she dedicated the win to her father, and used the moment to send a message to her detractors. And with 6 UFC title defenses, and a 12-0 record, she was at that time not only the best female fighter on the world, but also one of the most amazing athletes to watch in the sport of MMA, demonstrating that women could be equally compelling and skilled fighters. And in an attempt to defend her belt for the 7th time, she was going to face Holly Holm at UFC 193, on November 15, 2015, Melbourne, Australia. Holly Holm is an American mixed martial artist and former professional boxer who is widely recognized for her accomplishments in both sports. She began her combat sports career as a professional boxer. She had a highly successful boxing career, winning multiple world championships in different weight classes. Holm's boxing record is impressive, with a number of wins, knockouts, and title defenses. She made the transition to mixed martial arts in 2011. Her striking skills from boxing translated well into MMA, and she quickly became a top contender in the women's bantamweight division. Her footwork and movement are exceptional. She is known for her ability to create angles and maintain distance effectively, making it difficult for opponents to close in and engage in close-range striking exchanges. Her counters, especially her left straight and head kicks, have led to many of her victories. The build-up to the Ronda Rousey vs. Holly Holm fight was one of the most intense and highly anticipated periods in MMA history. The fight took place at UFC 193, on November 15, 2015, in Melbourne, Australia, and going into the fight, Ronda Rousey was the undefeated UFC Women's Bantamweight champion and a global superstar. Her quick and dominant victories had solidified her as one of the most dominant forces in the sport. On the other hand, Holly Holm was also undefeated in MMA but was relatively new to the UFC. The prospect of two undefeated fighters meeting in the octagon added intrigue and excitement. Holly Holm's background as a professional boxer and kickboxer made her stand out as a unique challenger. Her striking skills were touted as a potential threat to Rousey's grappling dominance. The contrasting styles between the two fighters fueled speculation about how the fight would unfold. While Rousey was known for her confident and outspoken nature, Holm was more reserved. However, the build-up saw a shift in dynamics. As Holm engaged in subtle psychological warfare, she focused on the idea that Rousey hadn't faced a striker of her caliber and questioned whether Rousey's skills were as invincible as they seemed. Rousey and Holm participated in a media tour and various press conferences to promote the fight. Their interactions and exchanges during these events added fuel to the already simmering rivalry and heightened the anticipation for their showdown. In the first round, Rousey couldn't put Holm down and lost the first round, and in the second round Holly displayed one of the most devastating head kick in history that knocked out Rousey in one of the biggest upsets in MMA's history. This victory was more than just a win for Holly Holm, it represented a paradigm shift in women's MMA. Ronda Rousey's aura of invincibility was shattered, proving that even the most dominant champions could be defeated. The upset showcased the unpredictability of combat sports and breathed new life into the division. The Rousey vs. Holm fight had a lasting impact on both fighters' careers. Rousey took a hiatus from MMA after the loss, while Holm's victory catapulted her into the spotlight, and Rousey was never the same after. That defeat ended her undefeated streak and her reign as the UFC Women's Bantamweight champion. The knockout loss was a humbling experience for Rousey, who had been known for her dominant performances. Following the fight, she took some time off from MMA to recover both physically and mentally. The knockout loss raised concerns about her health, and she needed time to heal from the injuries sustained during the fight. And apart from the fighting hiatus, she was also having a media hiatus. Rousey's loss prompted her to step away from the media spotlight for a while. She remained relatively quiet in terms of public appearances and interviews, allowing herself the space to process the defeat and make decisions about her future. During her time away from the sport, she focused on personal growth and reflection. She spoke about the emotional toll the loss had taken on her and how she needed to rebuild her confidence and mental resilience.